Hi, I'm George Stiles and I'm joined today by Dave Cocozza, VP Education. How you doing, Dave?
Very well. Tired. It's fresh this week, so yeah, we've worked about 10 days straight in a row now.
Yeah.
And doing good though.
So, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you've done so far this week, what you've got to do?
Yeah, so this week, mainly inducting new students. So the university organised a load of induction talks. So then you meet about 7 different members of staff.
Yeah.
And we are one of those 7. So we talk about Kent Union, so at sabbatic office we introduce what the university and the union do together, what the union offers, all the sports societies, and kind of just telling people to have fun. They're all listening to all the rules and regulations that are being told by the university, and we go, actually, there's fun stuff.
And so I guess that's part of what Campus by Night was helping with.
Yeah, so Campus by Night was our bar crawl that Campus by Night was the tour of campus that the
tour of campus via Woodies, Mungo's.
By the bars, yeah. That the union organised and the sabbaticals we led, and I had probably about 300 students in my group, and it was a busy night for everyone.
And we had a five-word interview.
Yeah,
which is
lots
part of
of people having fun.
Exactly. And so, what's your highlight of Freshers so far?
Highlight of Freshers so far? Difficult one really, because I think the talks that I'm doing are kind of really exciting because I get the chance to look at all these new faces that are just bewildered. Okay, what on earth is this man doing at the front of the stage and talking about sciences and sports? I have no idea, but actually when you talk about it, you can see little light bulbs flashing above everyone's heads, and you see mature students who think they come to university and they're going to be daunted by 18 to 21 year olds, but actually they see that there is so much on offer for a huge community of students, and they sort of like start smiling. Yeah. And that's been a real highlight for me, is just seeing that transformation of people going from deer in headlights to actually feeling like they're a part of a community at the university, or starting to.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been other than that, some of the nights out have been particularly good. I haven't been to any so far, but I know that the phone party was really great, and the Campus by Night tour was really good for me as well.
Are you going to go to any of the nights out? Are you going Freshers Ball?
Yeah, it's hard. So as sabbatical officers, we work full time anyway, so I have to be in the office at sort of 8:30 in the morning, and that makes it quite hard to then stay out late in the evenings. But I want to be there because it's such a thrilling week that you don't get anything else like this throughout the year.
Especially since I know this because I know you previous to you being a sabbatical officer. You missed your own Freshers Week, didn't you? Because you applied quite haphazardly to university.
I actually got accepted to university 4 years ago today.
Oh really?
Yeah, I looked at my Facebook memories, and 4 years ago today I kind of posted on Facebook I was going to Kent.
Okay.
So 4 years ago I was a different person. I'm really happy to be here.
Well, I'm glad.
Yeah, it would be really awkward if I said I didn't like it, didn't it?
Yeah. What would it say about your election?
Well, yeah, I've really enjoyed my time so far as being a SAB. It's been 3 months now. Time has literally flown by, and my predecessor Jack, if you're out there, if you watch this, you did an amazing job. Never really told you as much as that when you were in office, but you really did.
Have you been in contact much with Jack?
We've emailed a few times. He's now working at the NHS.
Okay.
And I think it's very hard to step out of that kind of role.
Yeah, I was about to ask, how was that handover?
Really good. I think he was very upset to leave, and as I can imagine, because for 2 years you build up such a good working relationship with people, and then all of a sudden you're like, that's it, no, out of the office, bring someone new in. But it's been a really nice transition. We've talked a few times. He misses it, as I imagine anyone would. But it's my turn to make my mark now. So,
speaking of, what is your plan for, let's say, up to end of October? So, the first half of the first term, what's your short list of what you're going to try and hammer through?
So, I guess most of summer has been planning up to this point to get that done. And my priorities for the year ahead are digital learning, so getting the university to recognise the benefit of using technology, such as lecture capture and kind of the online services via Moodle, and rolling them out more across the university, and also investing more in digital services. So my plan from sort of now to the end of October is to start making those conversations happen. So over summer it's just planning. The university committees don't really start up, and then they do. It's a chance for me to take ideas to university committees and make them happen. So yeah, we're looking at how we can roll out lecture capture more to university. At the moment I think it's about 8% of people, 8% of lectures are recorded. So we're looking at trying to get more from, 8% is a very small number. So we're trying to get it to hopefully near 100. But that's a big task and a big goal. The other priority is student reps. So we have a network of about 300 reps here at the university.
Yep.
And they are key to my role because they have the voice that's heard at the university, and the university invested a lot of money on new systems for us, so we're going to make sure that actually delivers, basically.
For people watching, because I know this is a question that I had when I was a fresher, how do I know who my course reps are?
Yeah, it's really easy. Go onto the Kent Union website, click on representation, and there's a little tab that says student reps. Maybe we can put a link like below here or something.
Yeah, we'll certainly have one.
But yeah, and you can then type in which school you are and find out which rep. It's very easy to find out, so don't worry about it too much. And also, you may not have elected reps in some positions yet, so give it some time. But yeah, Kent Union website's a great place to go.
Fantastic. And so, looking even further forward, for the entirety of the year, what are you most excited to try and roll out?
Well, my two priority campaigns are kind of big ones, and I think the digital stuff, the university has a lot of potential, and I know that there's been some change among the senior leadership team, so we've got a new Deputy Vice Chancellor of Education, and she's come from a university where they really embrace digital learning.
Yeah.
So I hope that kind of make a lot of headway, and so I'm really excited about the opportunities that presents, and I think that will benefit the student experience massively, because if you miss a class because you're ill, you can't then make up that.
Yeah.
And that's £9,000 of fees you're paying. You want to make sure you get the most out of it, and technology is just one way that you can. So I think I'm most excited about that.
Okay, fantastic. And so I know this might be a bit of a hard question to ask, so if you feel you don't want to answer it or you can't, so just say.
I'll always be honest with you, George.
Thank you, Dave. So we know that during election time, everyone makes a lot of promises. It's the staple of elections, because if you don't promise what you're going to do, why would people elect you? But now you've been in the position for a few months, is there anything that you're starting to feel maybe isn't as feasible as you hoped it would be?
I don't think so. I mean, I think there's certainly the way I phrased ideas during election time, such as the free breakfast and exam season. It's not inachievable, but it forms part of a wider picture.
Yeah.
So what actually I'm campaigning on now is kind of better mental health provision around exams and better services offered for students and kind of rewarding students. But a part of that becomes the little free breakfast.
So the free breakfast is still in the plan?
It's still in the plan.
It's part of a larger plan?
And just like a lot of people want free Wednesdays.
Yeah.
But that's a bigger part of co-curricular education that we're campaigning on. So I think things have just changed.
So I presume the free Wednesdays, so that you're working collaboratively with Elliot?
Yeah, Elliot and Ruth. And I think what will happen is we'll look at how the university can be more flexible in their timetabling, so that not everyone has commitments on Wednesdays, but you might have a commitment on a Monday, for example. So we're trying to make sure the university can be flexible enough to allow the extracurricular volunteering as part of a blended model. Okay. But I think the biggest challenge for me this year is going to be actually things take a long time to implement, and that's the hardest thing I've realised, is that you come into university, and because it is such a huge organisation and there's so many different levels of governance, that you take one idea here and it has to go for 7 committees to actually take place.
Yeah. I think this is the thing that students don't really see.
No, there's a huge part of the university you don't see as a student. That you see the academic front-facing staff, and you see that £9,000 a year, and you think, what do I get from it? Is my lecturer being paid £175 an hour? And actually, there's a huge, the 19% of everything at the university happens behind, that you don't see, and that's the kind of stuff that I sit on.
It's been quite a shock.
It's been a real shock to kind of learn the processes and how much there is to absorb, because you're expected to know everything about all the committees that I sit on. I think I worked out I sit on about 25 committees at the university, and they all are 3-4 hour meetings. Okay. So yeah, a lot of my time is spent in meetings.
Well, thank you for finding time to speak to us.
That's right, our pleasure. KTV's always been a home for me, so and I love doing it. So yeah, anything I can do to help, I will. But yeah, biggest challenge for the year is going to be seeing things through, and it may take a little bit longer than I hoped during election, but we'll do that as it comes.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm sure a huge part of your personal feeling of role is being there for the students and being in contact with the students. How does one contact Dave Cocozza, VP Education?
Well, firstly, what I'll say is if you find me a venue, don't contact me there. It's not the right place to talk about issues, and actually it's happened a few times, but it's not the right place. There is a formal kind of procedure to go through, because otherwise I'll forget. You can contact me just by emailing union-education@kent.ac.uk, or if you want, we'll add that on the screen, or just pop into the SAC, the Student Activity Centre, and if I'm there, please come see me if I've got time, or certainly you can always contact me by email, come see me.
Yeah. And so the sack is just next to Essentials on the right.
Yep, and you got the stairs around
Yep.
the top there. And I've got a big sign above my desk, so you can't.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, so thank you very much, Dave. Thank you for
Pleasure.
your time. Hope you enjoy the rest of Fresh this week. Will you be around at Freshers Fair, wandering around?
Yeah, I will be. So I've booked out a lot of time on my diary to be able to do that. So I'll be around and sort of mingling and making sure everyone's having fun. And I'm sure I'll see you guys there.
Oh yeah, we'll be there. We'll be down by venue.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you very much, Dave.
Pleasure.
Thank you for watching. I've been George Stiles, joined by Dave Cocozza.